Welcome back. It's another edition of Weighted to Win. It is a Sunday and we're back to the south of Johannesburg. We're on the inside track at Turffontein. 8 races. Just another reminder about that social media strap which is up on your screen at the moment. And hopefully by now the weekend's been treating you very well, because I really like the look of this Turffontein card. And I've spoken to Daryl and Darren. They also like the look of it. We've got 8 races, so let's jump straight into it. The bar pot starts in race number 1. Goes off at 12:30. The 4 Racing welcomes you maiden plate for fillies and mares. It's over 1450 metres. And number 3, Titsi Karma Pearl, is your 28-10 favourite. The 1, Count Your Chances, 3-1. 2, Chili Marmalades at 33-10 with the 8, Rose Greenhow at 33-10. And I see 12-1 and better bar those. We'll go to Darren on the line. Darren, welcome back. Hopefully the weekend's been treating you very well. What do you like over here? I don't like the look of the first race, I must be honest. I think it's very open for the first leg of the bar pot.
Yes, Brandon. Just watch the market closely with regards to number 8, Rose Greenhow. Now, this filly's got a lovely pedigree. Give me the green light out of Secret Mission. If there's any market support closer to race time, we're recording this on Friday, so we don't know too much about the horse. But if there is market support, that should make a winning debut, because it's not a strong field. Of the race runners, Titsi Karma Pearl will try and go start to finish maybe from a good draw, and Count Your Chances, not far off her on collateral form.
Yeah, there's not much in it between those 2 horses, Count Your Chances and Titsi Karma Pearl. Daryl, what do you like over here?
Yeah, the race runners don't bring the strongest form into this event, Brandon. So like Darren says, watch the betting with regards to Mr. Pettigrew's first timer. Hopefully the on-course presenter can get a comment. I'm sure they will. Azukre, is that how you pronounce it? Azukre.
That's right.
She had her chances, not going to Hollywood. Yet she got the better of Titsi Karma Pearl and number 1, Count Your Chances. Count Your Chances improved with the blinkers. My worry with Titsi Karma is Erica Verdenese had 2 runners carded for the Vaal on Thursday. Both were scratched coughing as the reason. I don't know if there's something happening in that stable. A touch of sugar, just put a line through that later start. She was wide. It was on a soft track. She's better than that. I know she's well held on form, but she won't be that far behind this time round. So I played wide in the opening leg of the bar pots.
All right, let's go straight into those selections. Let's see what we're doing for race number 1. It is the start of the bar pot on the Sunday afternoon. Daryl Marie's gone 1, 3, 4 and 8 in the first leg by Banker 1, by 8 and 9, by 1, 3, 4, 8 and 9, by 6 and 8, by Banker 1, and that's going to cost you 80 Rand. 12 is the off time of race number 1, and it goes off over 1450 meters. Remember, we're on the inside track, so just keep watching those draws. That's going to play a big part on today's meeting. So we're on to race number 2, and this is where the place accumulator starts. And on that note, a happy Mother's Day to all the special moms out there. I know that Turffontein will have a lovely function upstairs. Bring your moms. Let's enjoy the racing on Sunday afternoon. And just from the Weighted to Win team, a happy Mother's Day to all the special moms. We really hope that they have a good day. And if you're a punter, we hope that you back all the winners. 1450 meters is the distance for race number 2. It goes off at 1:05. Free movement number 1, 5-10. Shirley, got to get it right. 2, Pembroke, 15-4, and it's 11-1 and better bar those. Darren, free movement in a race of this nature. Very gutsy performance last time out. Must get it right.
Brandon, he's got nothing to beat. Last time out, I actually left him alone for the first time because he disappointed me on a few occasions. But the drop back to 1400 is going to suit, because he moves up to a point over a mile, doesn't quite round his race off. So bank in all bets and a start of your doubles and trebles.
Yeah, there we go. Short and sweet. I think we keep it that way because everything points to free movements. We'll try and get a comment with regards to the first time of the 8, American Grace, and then the 9 horse as well. But barring those 2 of the exposed form, Daryl Marie, free movements clearly stands out, head and shoulders above the rest.
1 horse race. Of the race runners, a 1 horse race. I'm sure Muzi got off last time out and said this horse was maybe just doing it a bit too hard during the running of the race. Take the blinkers off, cracked a draw, looks to win. I mean, he beat a horse called Fully Loaded by just on 10 lengths. He beat Viva de Janeiro and Nazar, not the worst of sorts around. So, yes, like Darren says, the start of all multiples. Scallywag, now he's having his first start for his new yard and he's open to improvement. That's where I'm going to leave it. Let's see how Indian Ocean goes, because she also represents that form line at Greyville on Saturday, Brandon.
Yeah, I think short and sweet. Let's go free movement. We just got to watch the market support on the first timers, because I do say it with all the respect in the world, it does look to be a very shallow field. Let's go and see what we're doing in terms of selections over here. It is the first leg of the place accumulator, and Darren Burroughs going to bank a number 1 free movement by 8, by 9, by 6, by 1, by 12, by 2. It's a straight line place accumulator for Darren Burroughs. 100 Rand will give it to you 100 times. I like that. 1, 1450 meters. That will be the trip. Let's have a look at Daryl Marie's selections. We've updated that slide for you accordingly. Daryl Marie doesn't quite see it the same way. He's going to bank a number 1 free movement by 8 and 9, by 3, 4 and 9, by 6 and 8, by banker 1, by 6 and 9, by banker, or in fact 4 and 6 at the back. So not banker, he's going to go 4 and 6 at the back, so 2 horses over there, and that's going to cost you 48 Rand. Take it a few times. First leg of the pick 6, race number 3, the www.tab4racing.com middle stakes over 1200 meters. 13:45 is the off time. The market at the moment has number 8, Fosti Nova at 18 to 10. The 9, Silver Tudor 28 to 10. 6, Star Bomber at 13 to 2. It's 7 to 1 and better bar those. Darren, let me start with you. Fosti Nova 18 to 10. This was Silver Tudor. Won a very good race last time out. I know they've always thought quite a bit of Star Bomber. How do you see the race planning out?
I'm very strong on this horse, Fosti Nova here. In one of my pick 6s, I banked it, and then I went 2 horses in the other perm. Now he's having his peak run, and he is a sprinter. They tried him over 14. He doesn't quite see it out. That second behind Smith & Wesson, a short head. We've seen Smith & Wesson win again in strong company. Surely from a 1 draw, this horse will take a lot of beating. The danger I made, a horse probably at a big price, I'm not sure what the betting is, but Ikigai, number 3, very good horse on his day, but he's had the 2 comeback runs behind William Robertson and Tread Swiftly. He's also having his peak run and apprentice allowance. So if Foster Nova is to be run over, I only included Ikigai. That's how I see the race.
All right, yeah, I'm just going to throw in 2 cents. We've all got an opinion at the end of the day. I want to get the opinion of Daryl Marie. 7, Texas Red. Daryl, tell me a little bit about this horse, because I've always been of the opinion, and I'm sure the yard will agree, he's a better horse around the turn. Here you go. You've got Raymond Danielson getting the ride. Tricky draw, but if he can settle in behind him, he'll be doing his best work at the finish. Is he a runner?
Has to be a runner, but he has to prove that his latest start was that he's better than that, and he hasn't gone off. What was the reason he was rested for after that start? Maybe they found a niggle or 2 with him, because prior to that he was ultra consistent. So I don't think he deserved the rest unless something went wrong. So I don't know. That's my opinion. That's the way I look into races, Brandon. Yeah, Foster Nova. Darren's touch on. I mean, he's got the draw, he's got the jockey, he's got the form, having his peak run. Certainly the horse to beat. Silver Tudor. How impressive was this horse last time out? I mean, going through the 400, Richard Fourier was slicing through the field like a hot knife through butter. And even at the finish, he hadn't really asked for a proper effort from this horse, and he was extending away from the field. I thought that's marked improvement on what he's shown prior to that. And it looks like now the penny's dropped. So for me, 8 from 9.
Right,
I'd like to get your opinion. Why was a horse that was in good form rested, Brandon? Like Texas Red. I mean, any reason?
Look, I think, we can always pick up the phone to the Fortune stable. They'll gladly give their opinions as to why they rested Texas Red. In the back of my mind, it's probably he's a better horse around the bend. Maybe they've just been waiting for the right sort of
That's
race.
also true. Yeah, that's also true.
These horses that don't really raise a gallop down the straight, there's no point in going back for more punishment.
I'll tell you something. I will get a message saying the exact reason why he was rested. So yes, that I'm just waiting for my phone to beep.
All right, let's go and see what we're doing in terms of selections over here. Let's see what we're doing when it comes to the pick six. I see that Darren Burrows is going to bank a number 8, Frosty Novo. He did say that he likes this horse. He likes it in a big way. He's going to take a chance by field, by 6, by 1, by field, by field. So pretty straightforward pick 6 perm, 1,848 Rand the spend over there. You can take a percentage. Let's see what Daryl Marie likes. In fact, Darren, my apologies. I see he did tip 2 pick 6s. So thanks to Darren. He did say in the 1 perm he's going to bank a Fostinova, and the other perm he's going to include a bit of value, number 3, Icky Guy. So 3 and 8 in the first leg in the second perm, by 3, 4, 9 and 10, by 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 and 12, by banker 1, by 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 and 13, by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 and 11. 314 Rand will give you 10%. Let's go on to race number 4, the start of Jackpot 1. 20 past 2 is the off time, and number 9, Trump My Queen, is your 4-1 favourite. 3 Peyton's Tears 9-2, the 1 Ipso Facto 5-1, the 10 Midnight Crystal 5-1, and it's 8-1 and better bar those. All right, so Darren, I'm going to start with you. This horse, Trump My Queen, tricky draw, probably settle at the back end of the field, be doing its best work at the finish. Peyton's Tears, a tricky ride. Ipso Facto, I think, just went a bit flat on them last time out. Definitely better than what we saw. Midnight Crystal in good form, runs for Donald Geertsen. Very open. What do you like?
It is open, but when you look at the weight turnaround on collateral form, you look at Trump My Queen, got beat a length by Ipso Facto. 11.5 kilos swing in the weights in favor of Trump My Queen. Then Trump My Queen ran 2 lengths off Special Charm. She's 5.5 kilos better off. So with only 51 kilos to shoulder, you got to be in the camp of Trump My Queen to run in the first 3. If you're looking for dangers, obviously Peyton's Tears not out of it, Ipso Facto. A horse like Trentino, that was a good comeback run over a mile, and I think she's looking for ground. And then Midnight Crystal, only 50.5 kilos to shoulder. She must have a chance too.
Well summed up over there by Darren Burrows. Daryl, just quickly, very open race. Never easy. 3-year-old carrying top weight, 60.5 kilograms. I did chat to the yard after that race, and they were just of the opinion that perhaps went a little bit flat on them. She's much better than what we saw over there, and I think we'll see a much better performance come Sunday afternoon. But overall, very open race, and I think this was Peyton's Tears, also a big runner.
Yeah, Brandon. Now, Peyton's Tears obviously holds Ipso Facto in form, but yeah, you got an improving 3-year-old whose confidence is quite high, and Peyton's Tears is yet to, hasn't seen the winner's enclosure in 752 days. But yeah, Fillies and Mares handicap, I don't know what to make of it. Trentino caught my eye in her comeback effort. She was going for a gap up the middle of the track, and they closed, and she was forced to switch out wide. When she eventually got a run, she was doing her best work late. What I saw on that occasion, it looks like she's going to appreciate the extra, and she should certainly be strip fitter. Likely race filly could be well ahead of the handicapper. Yeah, Brandon, I don't know what to make of it. Go wide.
It's better than no comment, I guess. So we'll move along. Let's see what we like over here as Daryl gives me the laugh that, I mean, it's such a trappy race. We can't sit here and tell you to go and anchor on anything because it is that sort of a race where you can make a case for so many horses. What we're going to do is we're going to jump into those selections. Let's see what the guys like over here. Daryl Marie's gone field in this jackpot, the first leg, the first jackpot. So field, the big F by 6 and 8, Barbanka 1 by 6 and 9. Only 44 Rand. You can add, subtract, do what you need to do. There's so many horses that can still improve in this first leg, so I would go that stance and go field just to be on the safe side. 44 Rand is the spend for Daryl Marie. Let's go up and have a look at Darren Burrows' selections. I see he's tipped us an all to come. I know that Darren's a big fan of his all to comes, and he's gone Trump My Queen a place in race number 4, Quasi's Lady a place in race number 5, and then Shoemaker a win in race number 6. That's actually a very nice all to come there from Darren Burrows. So get involved. Race number 4 is at 20 past 2, and it is over 1,800 meters. So Jackpot 2 starts now in this particular race. Race number 5, the Racehorse Owners Association Fillies and Mares 72 handicap. It's over 1,800 meters. Again, that social media is up on your screen. Please pop us a message. Hopefully by this time we found you a few winners and you can give this Jackpot 2 a full go. I'm going to give you the markets as a guide. When it comes to race number 5, Quasi's Lady, number 6 at 7 to 2. Caden Brewer gets the ride for Alec Laird. 1 Reduce at 4 to 1. 12 Winning Queen at 6 to 1. 4 Ballroom Bliss at 8 to 1. 9 Gilda Grey at 8 to 1. And it's 10 to 1 in better bar those. I'm going to go to Daryl Marie first. Daryl, I've always been a big fan of this horse, Quasi's Lady. Mighty unlucky last time out. I've already expressed my opinion on the ride before as to what happened over there. I still can't put my finger on the pulse as to what Donald was doing. But, yeah, I mean, she's got to be a big runner. 1,800 meters, if she can settle in running, which Caden Brewer seems to have managed to sort out. Big runner.
Yeah, I think she's a huge price. You said 7 to 2.
Yep.
Yeah, massive price. I thought a bit unlucky in her later start. She was certainly closing in hand over fist. That was in open company. Now against her own sex. Brandon, you know I was behind her. Third in that race was Over to You. Now he came out and ran second. Fifth in that race was Tinder Dry. She came out and ran third. Yeah, I think she's way better than her current mark of 69. Now that she's going the extended trip. So I'll make her very hard to beat. I have backed her up with one other horse, Brandon. Number 8, Call the Wind. Last time out, she ran in open company. I didn't think that was the worst of efforts. What was the winner from there? Time Spirit won from there. And prior to that, fairly average form. She's been thereabouts of a higher rating. She's come down to, what's it, a 66. So she must be competitive. But I expect Quasi's Lady to get it right.
Yeah, I think provided she settles, very hard horse to beat. I think Darren Burrows is going to be on the same page because in his all to come, he did tip this a place. Darren, are you big on Quasi's Lady?
Yes, Brandon, as long as she sees out the 1,800. But you know what? She disappointed over sprinting tips as a 3-year-old, and they stepped her up to a mile and 1,400, where she showed big improvement. So if the 1,800 suits her down to the ground, she's going to take a lot of beating. She was flying home last time out. I thought unlucky not to get up. If you're looking for dangers, the race gets very tricky, but I suggest a small bet on Quasi's Lady.
So what we're going to do is we're going to dive straight into those selections. Jackpot 2 does start now. Daryl Marie's going to go 6 and 8. So Quasi's Lady and Call the Wind. By Banker 1, by 6 and 9, by Field. 48 Rand is the spend. And you need to be on by 14.55. Let's go on to race number 6. This is the Play the Soccer 6, 10 and 13 graduation plate. It's over 1,600 meters. 15.25 is the off time of race number 6, and the market is 4 to 10 about Shoemaker. I'm going to go to Daryl Marie first. Daryl, we were chatting off air. You're very confident on this horse Shoemaker. I know one of your favorite horses in training, and I mean, what can you tell us?
I can tell you that he's lining up because of the fact that he took his latest starts well. Otherwise, he wouldn't be here because he's a very valuable horse. And I can tell you that he's a steering job for Keegan DeMelo. So, nothing else to add, Brandon.
So you can't see him getting beaten in a race of this nature. I mean, I don't blame you if you have a look at his rating. Good comeback run last time after the unkindest cuts of all being the
Yeah.
gelding. You're very confident he'll win.
If he breaks on terms, you'll win, yeah.
Beautiful. I'm going to go to Darren Burrows on the line. Darren, can you give us the same confidence about this horse Shoemaker on ratings, on paper? Very hard horse to beat. Are you just as confident as Daryl Marie?
Yes, he's probably one of my favorite horses in training. I thought this horse would even go 2,000 meters, but as a colt, he obviously didn't try too hard in the Guineas and the Classic. He took no interest, in other words. And his last start was eye-catching. He was outpaced and he absolutely took off. I love that big action of his. And the mile's going to suit him down to the ground. And it's not a strong field. He's in a different division to this field.
So there we go. The guys are very confident. Not much more to add. He's currently 4-10. I'd imagine he's going to start even shorter than that race time. Many people will be looking to bank a Shoemaker and maybe start a few multiples for the week upcoming. So there we go. Darren Burrows going with a pick 3. He's going to bank a 1, which is Shoemaker, by 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 and 13, by 2, 4, 5 and 9. So bank a 1 by 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 and 13, by 2, 4, 5 and 9, and that's going to cost you 32 Rand. So we're on to race number 7. 15:55 is the off time, 1600 meters. It is the listed Syringa handicap. And I see the market has them 7-1 on top. So 5 Emerald Princess 7-1, 12 in the beginning at 7-1, 3 Homely Girl 8-1, 4 Terra Time 8-1, 6 Tipsy Tarragon and Supreme Quest, Queen of Shadows, Queen of Smoke. They're all trading 8-1. It's a very open race this. I'm going to go to Darren Burrows on the line. Darren, very open. There's value all over in this particular race. What do you like?
Starting with my first choice, In the Beginning. Now, I rate this filly quite highly. And when she went the 1,400 meters behind Give Me a Light, she was so unlucky. She had a lot of ground to make up, and she took off late. Then they dropped her in trip, and she still got away with it last time out over the 1,200. But I think she's a filly looking for a mile. Pity about the draw of 11, but she's probably going to come from off the pace. She's got a light weight. I'm hoping that she can show what she's worth. Simple, 52 and a half, 14 draw. That's a concern. You've got another lightweight, Queen of Smoke. A very good filly. She's got 53 kilos and a 2 draw. One of the top weights, Emirate Gina, over this course and not course and distance, over the mile at Turffontein Standside, she ran 2 lengths off Lady of Power. She's very good on her day. There's so many others with chances. I put the field in my pick 6.
So we'll go to Daryl Marie in just a second to see what he likes over here for this listed event. I just wish Simple was probably drawn a bit better because I was very impressed with the way she turned it on last time out. And then Emerald Princess, Daryl, you'll know a little bit more. I thought a right sort of race. I mean, the draws there. Not that she's an on-speed sort of a horse, but I mean, if she can get luck, she'll be a runner.
Yeah, shame. I really hope she does well for her connections. Put a smile on their face. They've been through a tragic time. Tipsy Tarragon's my first pick, Brandon. I thought she was a bit unlucky in running last time out. Dennis angled her to try get her some cover, and he was kept out. She was exposed, which forced her to be made use of earlier in the straight than ideal. So I think she's better than her later starts. I really expect her to go close. She does have a tendency to take a tug though, so I just hope she does settle in running. A horse that I'm expecting to run into the money at a big price is number 9, Crimson Princess. Now, go back in form. She's 13 kilograms better off with Emirate Gina for a length and a half beating. She holds Queen of Smoke. Jared Penny, Brandon, when he gets given thrown a bone with a little bit of meat on, you can't dispute the fact that he delivers on them. So I'm sure he'll be chomping at the bit to run a a big race on Crimson Princess. Yeah, but this is a very tricky race. I've taken my chances. I've only gone 2 horses. So if I get through over here and I catch the exotics, that we are going to be in for a good few pound, Brandon.
Well, you just remind me, I mean, talking about Jared, very underrated rider, and obviously I've spoken to a number of trainers where he's one of the first at track in the mornings. He's willing to work as many horses as he possibly can. I mean, it was Clafouti from the Mike de Kock yard that he arrived on, prime example.
Yes, that's
cracking
correct.
rides.
Those are the two that I was thinking of. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you know, he's really going to be keen to produce on this mare. Yeah, she is a mare. Yeah. At the weight, she's certainly not out of it. I know she's well exposed and she's in her place, but at the weight, she's a player.
Beautiful. Let's jump into those selections. Let's see what we're doing over here for the penultimate on today's 8-race program. Daryl Marie's going to suggest a swinger, 6 Tipsy Tarragon and the 9 Crimson Princess. If that arrives and you've caught it 50 times, you'll be very happy. You'll be thanking Daryl in a big way. So take that swinger, 6 and 9, 50 Rand. Certainly must have some sort of a chance. I also like a bit of Emerald Princess to run a good race when it comes to the listed Syringa handicap for 2023. 15:55 is the off time and it's to be run over 1600 meters. All right, let's go on to the lucky last. The 8th race, the next turffontein race meeting will be Thursday, the 18th of May. It's a merit rate at 75 handicap. It's over 1600 meters. 4:30 is the off time. The market at the moment, as it stands, has number 2 Miller Who at 4-1, 4 Ryan's Dream at 11-2, 6 JP 2000 6-1, and it's 7-1 and better bar those. All right, so I'm going to go to Darren first. Darren, I was very impressed with this horse Ryan's Dream last time out. I like the way he stayed on, hit the line full of running. I certainly believe 11-2 is a bit of value with that inside draw. What do you make of the last?
It is a tricky race, but Ryan's Dream, I mean, that was a good run after a short break. They even tested him in a feature race in his penultimate start. That's obviously what they think of him. And he's got the one draw in his favour. So he's got to run a big race in this lineup. Miller Hughes an interesting runner because he's having his 3rd run on the high fault. And his first 2 runs over distances short of his best were good. So I think Miller Hughes a big leading light as well as Ryan's Dream. And then include horses like Call Me Master. He's not out of it. Striker Stratum, the drop-in trip's ideal. Of the rest, I would include Little Prince and JP 2000.
Yeah, look, Call Me Master. Now that the Blonde Bomber has been booked to ride, might just suit him. Nice hold-up sort of a horse, back in trip. Certainly believe that he'll run a nice, honest race. Daryl, what can you tell us when it comes to this particular race? I'm just having a look at the connections over here of Ryan's Dream. Good to see that Dexter is now involved in partnership over there with Mike Lazzie and Sterling Miller. They all love the game, and yeah, they'll be hoping Ryan's Dream can get it right.
Yeah, who's Dexter? One of the sons.
Yeah, look, the
Michaela,
brother.
who's that? The wife, or is he married? Or
Who's that?
Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter, from what I understand, has moved to Dubai now.
Sure.
So obviously, they're brothers. You got Dexter, Adam, and Ryan, and they'll be hoping that this horse Ryan's Dream can get it right. I know a horse that's very special to them. What do you make of this horse? It was a good run last time out, Daryl.
It was a very good run. If I'm not mistaken, number 1 led in that race, Global Impact, and I don't think he went very quick because the winner was on his outside, Angel of War and Tuggin. I remember Marco saying that the horse was doing too much. So I don't think they went very quick in that race. And he managed to pick it up despite being caught flat-footed in the straight. So I thought that was a very encouraging first up run as a gelding. And I do make him one of the leading lights of the year. JP 2000, now, last time out, they tried him over a mile again. And he was right on top of them. Just run out of it late. We saw a winner from that form line in Lord Varies from the Paulie Matchett yard. Yeah, you got Samanga on a very fit horse from a neat draw. Should really get given every opportunity in running. So I've suggested the swinger in the final race, but you know, Brandon, the race certainly doesn't stop there. You got Manu's horse, Global Impact. He's a nice horse, possibly better than what we've seen to date. Miller Hughes, a runner. Who have I left out? Call Me Master. Yeah, so I'm not confident in suggesting the swinger, but hopeful.
Just going back to Dexter and Ryan off the top of my head, you wouldn't know who's who. Identical.
Okay.
They really look alike, and I'm really hoping that this was Ryan's dream can get it right for them, Daryl. I really like what I saw last time out. I actually watched the race with Mr. Az out back, and they were very happy with that performance. We're going to jump into those selections. Before we get caught waffling on and on. Daryl Marie's gone with a swinger. You did hear him say that he's not too confident, but worth having a little tinkle if you want an interest. 4 and 6, Ryan's Dream, and the 6 JP 2000. 50 Rand gives it to you 50 times, and that's how we close off racing. Thanks to Darren, thanks to Daryl, thanks to all the Weighted to Win followers. We'll chat for the new week upcoming. Enjoy it, be safe, bye bye.